Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys this 2022 Hyundai Tucson hybrid here, but I would like to give a special thanks to Homestead Hyundai for providing with the Hyundai Tucson. If you're in the market for a Hyundai, you can go check out Homestead Hyundai and ask for Edmond. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's start off this review here underneath the hood here of the Hyundai Tucson. Open up the hood here, reveals Hyundai's 1.6 liter engine here is going to be turbocharged. This engine does have an electric motor to give it a total output of 226 horsepower. This makes 258 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy here is rated at 37 in the city, 36 on the highway, and 37 combined. This does compete against the RAV4 hybrid and the Honda CR-V hybrid. So it does have some really good rivals in this segment here. And this can tow 2,000 pounds properly equipped. And as the Tucson sits, it weighs 3,600 pounds. But shedding the hood here of the Hyundai Tucson, let's talk about the exterior styling here. This is one of the best looking SUVs in the segment. Like I mentioned, it does compete against the RAV4 and also the Honda CR-V and the rest of the competitors in that segment. Looking here at the front fascia, Hyundai, they fully redesigned the Tucson for the 2022 model. Looking at these headlights here, they're going to be an LED turn signal with an LED daytime run light. The daytime run lights are integrated into the grille. This is one of the best looking SUVs that I've seen. There's Hyundai's Cascade waterfall grille. There's the Hyundai emblem, and the headlight modules are going to be disconnected from the turn signal and daytime run light. They're going to be a full LED with an automatic low and high beam here. I'm surprised to see there's no parking sensors here on this hybrid model, but I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the Hyundai Tucson. I think it looks very good. Looking at the side profile, let's start off with these tires and wheels here. These are a 235/55 Michelin tire. The wrapping is 19-inch rim design. For this to be a hybrid, this does have a nice attractive set of rims here. I do like the silver with the dark gray finish here. There's also some very sharp body lines here on the side profile of the Tucson. There's this LED side marker here, and up top, Hyundai does offer this large panoramic sunroof. The wheelbase for the Hyundai Tucson here is at 108.5 inches with an overall length of 182.3. But let's take a look at the rear of the Hyundai Tucson. Looking at the rear, let's start with these taillights here. They're going to be an LED combination here with an LED brake light. Like I mentioned from my previous Tucson review, these taillights remind me of the Ford Mustang Mach-E, which is a good taillight design housing here. Looking here, there's the Hyundai emblem here. It's going to be flush mounted here into the glass. The third brake light lives up top. There's the Tucson badge right here. Looking at the lower part of the bumper, this is going to be an incandescent turn signal and reverse light. There's some geometric shapes here in the lower part of the bumper. There's no visible exhaust trim here because it's the hybrid model. Over there is the H-Track and the hybrid badge. The H-Track stands for all-wheel drive. There's going to be LED lights for the tag here, and there's a backup camera. But open up the cargo bag here. Hyundai puts the trunk release here at the lower part of the bumper. Once it opens up, it reveals 38.4 cubic feet of space. And to fold down the seats here, Hyundai puts these little handles here on the back. Once you do that, it expands the cargo to 74.8 cubic feet of space. And underneath here, Hyundai does give you some underfloor storage. But let's hop into the interior of the Hyundai Tucson. Sitting inside the interior of the Hyundai Tucson hybrid, looking at this interior is very modern and very simple. As you guys know, with hybrids, it doesn't use the combustion engine to start up the vehicle here. But looking at the door panel material, it's going to be a soft touch material with some gloss black trim with some silver trim here on the door panel. There's some fabric material here on the door panel. There's this aluminum door handle here. Looking over here is going to be the controls for the windows and also for the lock controls there. It is automatic up, automatic down, only for the driver and passenger. There's some gloss black trim here. Nice area here to rest your elbows. Down here, it's going to be a cup holder and storage. As you guys can see, there's some ambient lighting throughout this interior of the Hyundai Tucson. The dimmer switch and trunk release is there with the stability control. This is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. Honestly, I'm not a big fan here of the Hyundai's Tucson steering wheel. It looks very gimmicky to me. There's paddle shifters here to cycle through that 6-speed automatic transmission. Looking here at this digital gauge cluster here, this is a 10.25 inch display. As you guys can see, there's no hood here to cover up this display here. Hyundai said that the screen is very bright, so there's no need for a hood to cover up that display. You can customize the display here by using this toggle piece here on the steering wheel. There's some controls here for the volume and voice command controls. There's the Hyundai emblem here on the airbag cover. Over here is going to be for the driver's support, which is the highway stir assist. This also has adaptive cruise control, so this thing will stop and go for you in rush hour traffic. The turn signal and headlight stalks are there. The wind wiper stalk is right here. There's some more painted trim here with some gloss black trim as well. Looking here, this is an 8-inch display. This does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you guys go for the 8-inch display, which this Tucson has, this does have a wireless option, but you can use the USB if you would like. So if you don't like that wireless function, you can use the USB port. Going here to the Google Maps here, it does take up the complete screen, or whatever map you guys would like to use. It does take up the whole 8-inch display. You go for a limited trim, Hyundai will give you a 10.25-inch display. As you guys can see, there's touch sensitive buttons here on the side, but there's a scroll wheel here for the volume and also for the tune. Down here's for the dual climate control. There's more touch sensitive buttons. Over here is going to be a USB port, a 12-volt, and also another USB port there. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit just fine here in this wireless phone charger area, and it does charge my phone really fast. I'm really surprised to see there's no frameless mirror here. There's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin, and above me there's this large panoramic sunroof here to let light into this cabin. Over here is going to be some more gloss black trim. There's 2 cup holders. Looking at the key fob here, there's a lock, unlock, trunk release, and a panic button and a remote start mode there. There's 3 level heated seats. You go for a limited trim. Hyundai does throw in cool seats as well. There's a hill descent control. You can access the camera via this button here. As you guys can see, it does reveal trajectory with distance markers. You can also turn the camera off if you would like. If you go for a top trim, it will offer a top-down 360 view if I'm not mistaken. Over here is this little toggle piece here for the drive mode selector. So it does show you a snow, smart, and a sport mode, and an eco mode there. This vehicle does get 37 in the city, 36 on the highway, and 37 combined. So it does get really good fuel efficiency here. There's also a locking center diff here. Over here, this is going to be the shift by wire here. To put the vehicle into reverse, of course, put your foot on the brake and press the R there for reverse. If you guys can hear, this is letting pedestrians know that the vehicle is in reverse. It's like a chirping sound or a beeping sound. You click in here for neutral, and you click D for drive, and you click P to go back into park. There's electronic parking brake here, auto hold. Open up the center armrest here. It does reveal a decent storage. The seats in here, they're cloth. There's some stitching here, but the seats are supportive. Looking at the glove compartment here, it does offer a decent amount of storage. Like I mentioned, this interior does have a nice, simple, and modern layout, but let's hop into the back seat of the Hyundai Tucson. Getting into the back seat of the Hyundai Tucson, as you guys can see, the door opens nice and wide. So if you had a baby or a car seat, you can put them back here very easily. But getting back here and shutting the door here, the materials are going to be a nice soft touch material. There's some black piano trim here with some silver trim here on the door panel. Looking over here, there's your own set of rear air vents here. There's 2 USB charging ports. The floor back here is not flat, but you can fit 3 people across. And Hyundai says you get 41.3 inches of legroom. There's more legroom than the RAV4 and also the Honda CR-V, which was the class leading in this segment. But now, since Hyundai scratched the wheelbase and the overall length for the Tucson here, this makes it the top in the segment at 41.3 inches of legroom. You can also recline the seat here. As you guys can see, you can recline the seat. So if you're on a long road trip, you want it to stretch out, you can do that. Pulling the armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders, and above me there's this large panoramic sunroof. So starting off in the 2022 Hyundai Tucson Sel model here. This is the hybrid model here of the Tucson. This uses a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder underneath the hood. This makes 226 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and it's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Hyundai, they make this vehicle bigger this year. They scratched the wheelbase. Now you have more cargo and more legroom. This has the most legroom in the segment at 41.3 inches of legroom. So if you guys knew, Honda CR-V was the king of the rear legroom, but now since Hyundai updated the Tucson and made it bigger, rides on a new platform, this has the most legroom in the segment. It has more legroom than the RAV4 and, like I mentioned, the Honda CR-V. So if you're looking for legroom space, you have to get the Tucson. Like I mentioned, everything is completely new, has a newer interior, rides on a new platform. This one here is the Sel. It does have the 8-inch display. It supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto via the USB port or the wireless function. So if you guys are looking for that wireless capability, you have to get the 8-inch display. Unfortunately, Hyundai does not offer that wireless function on the 10.25-inch display. You have to get the 8-inch instead, but the 8-inch is still a decent sized screen here. The visibility out of the Tucson here is fantastic. I have a good commanding view of the road here, big side mirrors here. This also has Hyundai's driver's assistance, which does have the highway steer assist, blind spot monitoring, forward collision warning with lane keep assist. One of the best driver's assistants that I've tested in a modern day car. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. They're only 3-level heated seats. If you want to get cool seats, you have to go to a different trim level in order to get the cool seats. Honestly, I would recommend doing that because here in South Florida, the weather is getting very hot. It's becoming summertime here. But this powertrain is very quiet. I don't feel any harsh vibrations from the pedals here or through the steering wheel. Like I mentioned, it's a 1.6 liter engine. Let's talk about the fuel economy here. This is why you get the hybrid model of the Tucson, because it gets 37 in the city, 36 on the highway, and 37 combined. This gets 30% better fuel efficiency than the gas model of the Tucson. And also, the torque is very rich, and it feels more sportier compared to the gas model. And this is with the car in its eco mode here. But let's just stop here really quick and let's just launch this thing and see how it performs. Let's put it into a sport mode here. There's this toggle here that you can switch the drive modes to. You just feel the torque. The torque is so rich, and the car gets more sportier in its sport mode here. But putting it back into eco mode, most people are going to drive this car to get the best fuel efficiency here. Keep in mind, this car does have some really good rivals in the segment, which is the Toyota RAV4 and also the Honda CR-V. The RAV4 is going to be the king of that segment. Toyota sells around 400,000 plus units, so I can see why Hyundai, they came out with this new redesigned Tucson. They're trying to take some of that pie away from Toyota and Honda, and I think they're doing a really good job because this car looks completely different from everything else in this segment. Great bold exterior styling. The cabin here is very upscale. I like the materials that they use. So Hyundai, they took their time when they redesigned the Tucson here. Everything is completely redesigned for the 2022 model year here. And I'm very impressed. The ride quality is really good. Great visibility, great powertrain, great fuel efficiency. I've been averaging around 34 miles to the gallon. So this powertrain is really good and fuel efficient. So if you guys are looking for something different than a Honda or a Toyota, Hyundai does have your name all over this Tucson. After spending time with the 2022 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid here, starting price here is at $31,650 with the options and accessories, including destination. The Tucson here stickers for $32,835. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button, and I see you all in the next video.